JDs and Lentilmen, Goys and Burls, welcome back to the channel, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. Happy Friday. The weekend is right around the corner, and we got something a little bit different today for a video. I know we've been hot and heavy over the past couple weeks on X Defiant, but there are other games we want to cover. You might have seen the Gray Zone Warfare a couple weeks ago, and now moving on to another free-to-play first-person shooter that's been piquing my interest, and yesterday's newest trailer definitely made me want to cover it, and it is Delta Force Hawk Ops. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It means the world to me. We'll upload those every single day here on the channel. The like goal for today's video, 69. Something different, so we're gonna go a little bit lower on our expectations because we don't know how this thing's gonna go. But if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to let me know. I want to keep updating on new games and stuff for you guys, especially first-person shooters and free-to-play games that you guys might enjoy. So nonetheless, enough yapping. Let's hop into today's video. If the name Delta Force sounds a little bit familiar, it's because in 1998 they launched their first game, and the IP has launched games ever since then, with now 2024 returning the IP to the hands of everyone in a version of a free-to-play shooter. It's being made by, I don't want to butcher this, but I'm going to Timi Studios, T-I-M-I, and if they don't sound familiar, well, they haven't worked on a lot of stuff, but most notably Call of Duty Mobile. So if you see some stuff that looks a lot like Call of Duty and a lot like kind of a mobile game throughout the trailers in the background, well, that would be why. So one thing that seems to be pretty interesting regarding Delta Force is there are 3 different modes launching with the game. It is a free-to-play game, and the modes all consist of different styles. I'm going to start with the first one that is single player, and it's going to be the Black Hawk Down mode, which is going to be a cinematic gruesome story of course, the movie Black Hawk Down. They've done this before for Delta Force, but they're bringing it to light, redoing it again, and kind of putting on that narrative of what that movie was all about. It's one of the best action movies in kind of my military movies that I've ever seen, so being able to play that in a single player style seems to be really cool. The trailers they've shown off and everything look to be really good. Now, I will say one thing, there is a lot of aspects throughout this game that do feel like a mobile game at times, especially when we start talking about the multiplayer stuff, but if you can get past that and look towards more of the kind of fun side of the game, you kind of will be able to play it more. I think they are trying to tailor more towards the PC community now rather than just the mobile community, but we will see. This development studio is known for mobile games, so they obviously have a leg up on that. There are 2 other modes, one of them that I am most excited for, which is going to be Hazard Operations, which is going to be a 3-player extraction style PvPvE mode where you play against AI and big boss battles and other things like an extraction game. Honestly, this mode, they showcased some gameplay in a live play session that they did over in China. Of course, the studios are located over there, so I couldn't read anything that was going on the screen because, well, I can't read Korean or Chinese. I actually don't know exactly what language it was. I heard it was both of them, so I can't read that. I don't really know what was going on, but I could give you kind of my perspective from the gameplay and stuff. If you guys want to, you could probably find videos over on YouTube to see that gameplay yourself. It was a little choppy because it seems like they just recorded the live stream they did over there instead of just recording the gameplay directly, but the game itself, the gunplay feels a ton like Call of Duty, and it looks a lot like Call of Duty, which obviously makes sense, but you can see that sprinkle of mobile kind of thrown in there with the animations and that, but overall, the animations and all that look really fluid. The game doesn't seem to have a lot of, like, you know, bad qualities to it. It actually looks like a pretty fun game. You kind of get a mix of everything, of just Call of Duty and Battlefield and just its own style of first-person shooters, but normally my biggest complaint for games like this is the gunplay will feel pretty lackadaisical or just doesn't feel good, but the gunplay seems to be pretty good, and for a free-to-play game, why wouldn't I give it a try? There is one final mode that we haven't talked about, and that is going to be their Havoc Warfare mode, which this is tying more into the Conquest Battlefield style with mass amounts of players and all that, the traditional first-person shooter kind of mode, and this looks to be really cool. They finally showcased their first ever video on it to show off everything about it, or at least their first ever gameplay video. And I have to admit, like I said, looks very good. I'm truly surprised about this because usually games made by mobile studios don't follow very well to the big boy games, I call it, where they're on keyboard, mouse, or controller. But they're planning on being on everything PC, Xbox, PlayStation, mobile. They want this to be a mass game. And from what a lot of people have said in comment sections and in reviews, the game is setting up to be probably a fun first-person shooter. Now, I don't have exact dates on when the game is going to come out, but we do know that the They're going to have a alpha and closed beta coming up soon in 2024. That is their plan. I don't know the exact dates, like I said, but they are planning on getting something done for everyone to get their hands on it and try it. Right now, you can go on and pre-register to try to get early access. I'm going to try to do my thing and get some early access code for you guys and maybe get my hands on the game a little bit early so that we can make some videos on it here, because it's definitely a game that I've kept my eye on for a good bit now, but I never wanted to make a video on it because I just didn't know. You know, when you have a mobile studio making a full-size game that's going to be on controller and on PC, you have to be a little bit hesitant because it's hard to port over a mobile game. I mean, it's been done a little bit. I think, what is that battle royale on Steam? Farlight 84 was a mobile game that is now on Steam, but I think that game's just full of hackers because of the cross progression. I mean, what game isn't full of hackers right now? But this game, they're trying to port it over and everything, so we'll see how that works. It looks like it's being built from the ground up on PC, which is definitely nice to see. There are moments where the graphics in some of the trailers are like, what the hell am I looking at? But then there's also times during cinematics and in gameplay where I'm like, damn, like this looks really, really good. So if you guys are Delta Force fans and you know more about the game, please put down in the comment section, head over to the Discord, inform me a little bit more about this game. I'm going to be doing some research as things go on just to try to keep up to date with all things in the development cycle of this game. I wanted to bring something a little bit new and a little bit different to the channel because I thought it'd be fun. It's something more interesting. It looks like we're going to have a great year of games. It just is hilarious because every one of the games doesn't have an exact release date yet. So maybe we'll have a great year of games, I guess is the way I should word it, but hopefully we'll have a great year of games. And it seems like on the track record, extraction style games are becoming more and more popular, so the idea of having all these extraction style games is definitely really cool. We are going to have some gameplay on another extraction style game on the 15th of March for a closed beta that we're participating in. I'll talk more about that the closer we get to it because it's definitely going to be a fun game to play with friends, and I want to get you guys some gameplay. Maybe we'll even do a stream on it, who knows. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It means the world to me. Like I've said, this is important to me. We're doing other kinds of content outside of X Defiant, trying to branch out now because we have bombarded you guys with the same exact thing over the past couple weeks, and I feel bad for it because there's a lot to look at when it comes to first-person shooters, video games, and just having fun with new stuff. So love you guys to death. Appreciate all the love and support recently here on the channel. You guys are beautiful, one of a kind, and until next time, boys, deuces.